Justin Bieber snaps over his mother's cryptic prayers. Also, why is he in his underwear riding a Segway? Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore. We're back covering Justin Bieber. Apparently, he's not here for her prayers. That's what's happening. Justin apparently, it seems, took a swipe at his mom. We're going to show it to you. Weeks after she prayed for his healing in a social media post. On September 24th, Patty Millette wrote on Instagram, "We're cheering you on and praying for you always, Justin. I declare freedom, strength, clarity, and healing over you, Justin." She continued in her touching post, which featured photos of the singer. There he is. And it's he that read, "Pray for me. Every chain of fear and confusion, heaviness and pain be broken in Jesus's name," as she wrote this. Yeah. Say amen. We all agree. Trying to do a nice, thing for her son. At the time of the post, Bieber had just announced his return to Coachella with a black and white video shoot on the grounds of the festival. He captioned the post, "See you in April." However, he shared several other posts where he asked ChatGPT to tell him the truth about how human effort is hurting humanity. Well, he wrote back. You can see it actually in the reply. Here he is. Lil Bieber is Justin. "Only thing I need healing from is my rolled pinky toe from playing ping pong." So look, this is sparking strain. It's really like slamming. He's chiming in. He doesn't like that his mom did it. It reminds me of Stephen Baldwin coming out for Haley. We're going to get to that in a second. But yeah, this brings up a question as people are reporting today, this strain rumors with his mom. Now, there's been a lot of speculation, as we previously reported, that he's in with this mega church and still not over Selena. Who knows? There's so many gossips and rumors about Justin Bieber. I do feel for him in that regard because dude can't live a normal life. But there's now triggering rumors about the strain with his mom after dismissing her personal message last week. When your mom says something like that, you don't just be like, "Nah, it's just my pinky toe, mom, go away." And you just kind of even shrug it off, ask her to pull it. Or you go, "Thanks, mom." And that way it's like, "I love you, mom," would be the normal response, right? Especially since there's so much behavior recently that makes us a little bit more worried about, what he's doing. As we go through this, I want to show you some of this. Sorry, I had this. Yeah. Anyway, there's a lot going on. I guess this isn't the article. Sorry. I have a bunch. We're going to get to the segue in a second, but yeah, this was what I was looking for. Apologies. Look, they have a history of this. They have a history of this strained relationship. The two have a complicated history. Justin's relationship with his mother, Patty, has oscillated throughout the years. Patty raised Justin as a single mom and helped propel him into stardom. Over the decades, they've gone through rocky periods as well as periods of strength. At one point, they weren't even speaking. According to Justin, he barely spoke to his mother from 2013 to 2015 during the period of time where he was arrested multiple times. In a cover feature for Billboard, here it was, he explained that his relationship with her during that period was pretty non-existing. And then in 2013, she spoke out in People about the challenges of parenting her then 18-year-old son, Justin Bieber, while he was moving through the more tumultuous period of his life. And it was, I can attest, I actually got to shoot a video or like a live concert of Justin. I was on stage. It was Big Boy's neighborhood out in LA. And he was up and coming huge. And Big Boy got him to do a video and for like a sizzle reel we're doing. And I got to stay on stage like filming Justin. And the crowd was nuts. And he was just, a little kid. He was a little kid at the time with just adults freaking out over this guy. And as we've seen throughout the years, so much stuff is coming out with just how creepily adults, celebrities were around him, Diddy, etc. Look, I do have empathy for this guy. He has been through a lot, and he managed to still maintain a pretty big name and talent throughout all this. A lot of people his age don't last as long as he has, So I do got to give him some credit there. She said, "A lot of people might think that I have my head in the sand or that I'm oblivious to the things my son is doing. I know who my son is, and I don't always agree with every single thing he does, but I don't necessarily have to address that with everyone else. He's my son, and I have to respect he is not going to want me around being that mom talking about his behavior, Yeah, well said. I think she's spot on the money right there. There comes a point where the kids don't want their parents around. They got to go find themselves, right? That's a tough spot. I would argue he was a kid for, and a lot of stuff was starting to happen under her tenure, and she could have probably been a little closer. Maybe he blames her for some of that. I don't know. But that's part of this problem, part of the back history here. Now, this is interesting because Hailey Bieber also is not super close to her family right now. She's now said back in an article last year, I've built my own. I'm not super close with my family at this point in my life because I feel like I'm very independent. I'm on my own. And I'm my own individual, and I've built my own family. But when I look back on my childhood and how I grew up, I have very fond, beautiful memories. In fact, it turns out they are keeping their new son, Jack, a distance from her parents of Stephen and Kenya Baldwin, which is, I actually didn't know that until I saw this here. An insider explains that, let me get you the quote. I like having it on side. There it is. That the situation that ultimately pushed Hailey over the edge was when her father shared a post asking fans to pray for Hailey and Justin seemingly, which sparked concerns for the couple. Usual Suspects alum reposted a video of Justin singing, which was shared by All Things Possible Ministries founder Victor Marks. Captioned, Christians, please, when you think of Justin and Hailey, take a moment to offer a little prayer for them, to have their wisdom. This is that prayer. Oh, there it was. I remember that. We reported on that. She had him, she told him she did not want him meddling in her life. So I think that's important because now his mom is praying for them again. More prayers from a parental figure could lead to more alienation is what's really sad about this couple. Now that brings me back to the other weird story of he was stripping down in his underwear on a Segway in his Calvin Klein briefs. What's really weird about it is a new social media post on Instagram. He was just riding around. I mean, it is what it is. He's allowed to be on a Segway in his underwear, I guess. I'm just more weirded out by he's not wearing shoes. And look at all those rocks. I couldn't run around in that area. I'm like, like an old woman getting out of a bath. But there he is, no fear, as he segues down in his tighty whities down the street in this rocky gravel path. Who knows where? But there it is. That was Justin Bieber segueing on underwear. Of all the things he's done, I mean, it's strange, I guess, but probably not the worst thing he's done. One more recent thing he did do was he showed up just out of nowhere to a closed bar in Dundee, Scotland, and asked the manager to reveal if he would just open up the club and the night spot for them, which then, as the manager realized who it was like, okay. And so, yeah, they were like, how can we turn this down? They opened up the bar for, I guess, Justin and some of his people to do some video shooting and stuff. And yeah, he did. We were closed short staff, but we couldn't really say no. We opened it up and played some music, had some fun with that. We opened up and just had filming, taking photos. We threw the lights on, got them connected to the speakers to play whatever they needed. They had their speaker too. One of the guys was just DJing the entire time, just our little Spotify going through it all. He was quite happy with it. I told a music video could be potentially coming out with it. The video has been liked by more than 116,000 people. The bar shared the video. You might have heard we had a special visitor over the weekend. Yeah, I was excited. And the guy at the bar says Justin was super nice. He had a really good experience with him. He wasn't like weird at all. They were doing picklebacks, which is, kind of gross. It's a whiskey with a shot of pickle juice and apparently which hides the alcohol, but he didn't like that. He ended up moving up to tequila. Then he was loving his Guinness, drank a few of those, and then was out smoking in the parking lot with his bodyguard. All the interactions that he had with Justin were lovely. So look, there's all this speculation, and Hailey said he's not on substances. He's thriving. He's allowed to drink, it seems, and that could be the one vice he has. I hope he's healthy. It seems like he's trying to do it. And he's, I guess, just maybe just mad at his mom for like, Mom, please don't. It's like the Dolly Parton of it. She did post a reaction yesterday after we posted our video, and she's like, I'm not dead. Leave me. Sometimes you just don't want your family out there meddling, stepping in. So I can understand a bit. What do you think? Is this too far of the line? Do you have empathy for Justin Bieber? I want to hear all your thoughts. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the bell for all alerts and smash that like button. Also, let us know what stories you like, because we're trying to cover more stories. If you notice, more pop culture stories. I hope you'll check them all out. Watch them. A lot of you were complaining we did too much of one thing. Well, here we are branching out with lots of pop culture news. We'll be live as well today around 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.